Welcome. I am Johnny Stanton. We have Reginald Perryman and Shaka Williams. We are Tasari. This is the There's Something About Real Estate podcast where we talk all things real estate. What up, though?
What up, though?
Friday.
Yeah.
We have special guests with us tonight, Asia Denson, Denson Construction. How's it going?
Oh, I'm good. How y'all doing?
You back.
I know, right? A lot of people be hitting me up from y'all show, too. So I guess the episode doing good. So
Same
good.
thing. Whenever I'm on your show, people hit me up.
Yeah, they be telling me. They was like, man, we reached out to Riz. I'm like, cool.
Yeah. I got somebody to reach. That's why I hit her. I'm like, somebody called, from her.
Sweet.
She don't even know who it is.
But see, the thing is, that let me know that I got to watch whose stuff I be on now.
That's true.
For sure. Because I'm like, I never worked with you, but I know you're a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But, you still getting business just by me being off your show. I'm like, oh, okay, I can't just be on everybody's show now.
Right. Yeah.
I got status.
So, it just so happens to be that we record on Fridays. Asia does a real estate Friday for a long time. Got the What Up, Though Friday. I would like to jump a little bit into that, the background for like the goal, or, what happened behind that. Like, how did that come together?
Well, Real Estate Fridays used to be Real Estate Thursday that I used to do with, what's her name? DJ Lynn Carter. That we used to do downtown at the Mix. And then when COVID happened, we stopped. And then a lot of people was asking me like, hey, when y'all gonna bring Real Estate Thursday back? I was like, well, I don't know about Thursdays. Well, let's do Fridays. And then I reached out to Marcus at the Detroit Pizza Bar. And he was like, yeah, y'all can have it here. Just make people spend money. I was like, cool, because he don't even charge us. So that's how that happened.
Because he can make money off of the drinks and the food.
Oh, he do. That boy be packed.
Yeah.
That boy be packed. Because the first time we had it, he was like, oh, I wasn't expecting this many people. He was understaffed and stuff, but he wasn't expecting that many people. We had that boy packed.
Right, because the last one we did, when I was there for the tax...
That was standing room only.
Yeah.
But all of them been packed. Only one that wasn't really packed was the insurance one, which should have been packed because people be forgetting, like, you need to insure your properties and your business, too, or your life. But I guess that ain't sexy.
Right.
Yeah. And a lot of stuff changed in insurance, too. Like, it's stuff constantly changing.
Yeah, especially all these natural disasters and stuff, they gonna keep moving the goalposts.
Right.
Like if you got flood insurance with the people with the hurricane and stuff, if they did have it, they probably was like, oh well, we changed this, that, and that, so now that's not covered.
Yeah.
Or they could have canceled people policies all the way. Who knows?
Right.
Do you have a goal to like make sure you're doing it at like businesses within the city?
As far as like the Real Estate Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I always want to keep it in Detroit because I'm Detroit. I'm for Detroit. I mean, nothing wrong with like these suburban places, but that ain't Detroit.
Right.
So I want to support people who look like me, who from, well, even though Marcus ain't from Detroit, but you can't tell.
Right.
But like he loves Detroit, so I only want to support people who on the same page.
Well, it's business in Detroit, so hey.
Right.
It's money in Detroit. Even when I was rehabbing back when the market crashed, people like, man, you rehabbing in Detroit? The money in Detroit.
Right.
Why would I go to the suburbs?
Yeah.
Right. That's dope.
So, what you did? You just did the container home event last Friday.
Yeah, that was packed too.
Right.
I didn't expect that many people.
I didn't either, because like 150 signed up, but everybody don't normally come. But I really think it was at least 100 there.
Okay.
Wow.
Like it was packed.
Right.
Because I had to tell everybody, hey, bring a chair, and people brought their chairs. They brought their little lawn chairs.
Right. It's funny because I think what was that like 3 years ago or something when we first went over there. Like, I didn't even know about the container homes until she
when
put
we
me
did
up.
my real estate weekend, we went.
Yep. Are you still doing the real estate weekends every year?
I canceled the last 2 years because, everybody want to be last minute, and I'm a professional, and these places have deadlines, and I be wanting my deposit back if we're not going to have it, so I canceled it. But I think for next year, I'm going to raise the price because a lot of people I know who doing events, everything that's under 5,000, they say they have problems. Once they raise the price, they be selling out, which is so backwards to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like, it's backwards, but I don't know. But I'm going to make that boy 10 grand next year because if I'm including the hotel, y'all be coming to speak, I feel like I should pay y'all time. Like, y'all should get paid too. And like, I'm charging 10 grand next year, and I'm going to start running ads like everybody else.
Man, you had, because the one, I forgot what year. So
that
it was
22.
Like, yeah,
that
22. Because we was downtown, and you had speakers. You had, like, I think Dana was there that year. She had some people, like, people, I was learning so much, like, people about business credit. I think you had, like, an attorney there. Then we had, like, Emma. it was like so much information.
My boy who wrote the grants for Detroit to get all them 100 millions, he spoke.
Yep. Yeah, she had like city people. It was packed. I was like, all this for what? Like,
and I was on. I think them tickets was like $199, and VIP was $2,500, which included your hotel at the David Whitney Aloft. I included food. Like I don't even be taxing like that, but I'm about to.
Yeah, got to.
Then you did the tour. You took people around the city, different neighborhoods.
The land bank spoke.
Yep, the land bank. Then you had and you went to some land bank properties.
Yep,
with
the land bank let us in the houses. They was telling us about a new program. I'm like, okay, if y'all hear from the land bank, it don't look like I'm lying.
Right.
So now it's coming from them, and they can tell you the same thing I just told y'all.
Yeah.
Which is, what would you want to highlight about the land bank and like what people should know right now?
My only issue with the land bank is I don't like how they come after the local people. Like, we actually taking care of y'all properties or our properties in general. Why are y'all bothering me and my house not even a land bank house, number one?
Right.
Two, that made me go read the law, and that's how I end up beating them in my case. I'm like, this ain't even y'all house, so how are y'all bothering me? But what I've learned is that every house that's in the area that's either gentrified or about to be gentrified, they coming after them owners because they want y'all. They either want the house because they running out of houses. If you think about it, mostly all the land bank houses that's left are crap.
Right.
Or they got lots. So eventually they're going to come after people with the good houses. But mine taken care of, and I got a vacancy, so how are y'all bothering me? But once I found the law out, they had to leave me alone.
That's crazy.
And speaking of the vacancy, you were saying like you had the property registered as a vacant property with the city. A lot of people miss out on that one thing, and that's how they get in trouble.
Yep.
They catch you up on that. Like, you're not even registered as a vacant
property. And then
property.
technically by law, that agreement they send you, you don't have to sign that if you didn't buy that house from the land bank. Because if I'm following Michigan law, which states that the house needs to be safe, free from harm, free from intruders, free from entry, why is y'all bothering me?
Right.
So, but they can get to you through the list. You talking about the list pending though, right? They still have a list pending on it, or you talking about one that they don't?
Let's say you selling the house, and I buy this house directly from you.
Right.
They're still coming after people who buy houses not from land bank.
Right. Well, the way I seen them do that though, because I was dealing with a out of the country investor. And they had a fire. Are these houses that don't have fire? You just talking about houses in general?
Yeah,
houses in general.
She said if it's in a highly desired area, they really targeting those.
Oh, my property's in Island View.
Got you.
So they coming over there.
Yeah. Right. So the way they've been getting, the way I seen them get to him was they have a list pending on there because he had a fire.
Yeah.
So boom, they got you.
Right. Not really. Go pull your building permit. Simple.
Yeah, but so once you got that list pending, and just to sell the house, they gotta release that list pending, and then they're not gonna release that
deferred though.
Well, they're not gonna release it if you don't sign that contract that she's talking about.
But that's only if it's a land bank house, right?
No, it don't have to be. That's what she's saying. Like, you can be a private homeowner, and if it's not secure and safe, and they determine it's an issue, they can come after the property.
But see, the issue with mine is I think they was looking at old Google images. So shout out to my boy Ponce. I told him what was going on. He's like, Asia, make them prove their case. I'm like, cool. So I was like, can you send me a copy of the inspector's report? This was March 19th. I didn't get it till April 9th. The report they sent, it said the balconies collapsed, the porch is deteriorated, the back of the house had fell in. So I sent the picture like, could you show me where this is happening? Because none of this happening over here. And so I Googled the house, and it shows the pictures from when I first bought it, which is how it looked. And then I was like, well, could you tell me how all of these things are failing your inspection when the city of Detroit just passed me?
That's crazy.
Right.
Like, and I was like, see attached. So then me and that attorney going back and forth, and he was like, well, we'll take you to court. I was like, I'm not afraid of y'all. Like, everybody else is. Now, I did sign the contract on the Parker house, got that cleared, but once I signed that contract, that made me go research. I'm like, I called the state, I called MISHDA, and they like, no, if you got this vacancy, city code trumps state code, which trumps county code. Because it's the same with your builder's license. Like, the city code trumps everybody else. So then, I'm petty. So I started going to all the land bank meetings, like all the open houses they was having, making my voice known. I ended up talking to the top attorney, and he's like, all right, Asia, just send me this, and I'll take care of it. Just don't post nothing. It was too late. I already had posted it. Because I told the attorney, I was like, let me tell you something. If y'all don't clear this off y'all books, and I'm going to get my house straight, I'm petty. I'm about to teach the whole city of Detroit how to beat y'all for free. And I was like, how y'all messing with me? And y'all, so all the land bank houses got the plexiglass, right? So I walked down Kirsten Cadillac, from Kirsten Cadillac to Mac and Mac and Cadillac where I drove. And it's like 6 or 7 of their houses. The porch, the ceiling to the porch on the porch, the side of the house on the sidewalk. I'm like, this ain't a safety hazard. This ain't a concern. But y'all bothering me. My grass be cut, my snow be shoveled. I got a city clearance. What's the problem?
Right.
After that, I ain't had no more smoke. They sent me a clearance. Thank you. Leave me alone.
Because they know you got interest. So as soon as they see some interest in it, that's when they jumping on it. If it's just sitting there like you saying and falling apart, they ain't gonna even say nothing.
No,
Unless it's
my
in
stuff
a
was straight.
desirable
But yeah, I was
area.
in desirable. I'm
Yeah.
on the corner of Kirksville and Cadillac. Like the house across the street is listed right now for like $480.
Mhm.
I bought that
Oh,
boy for
yeah.
$2,500.
Yeah, they want that
Wow.
boy
Yeah,
bad.
they want
And
that
then the lady
bad.
across the street, she
Yep.
turned that warehouse. I think she bought hers in 2017 when I bought mine. It's like an event space over
Yep.
there. It's a bed and breakfast now. So
Right.
like, and if you ride down Kirksville Cadillac, it ain't nothing but dumpsters.
Yep.
So they doing a lot of. I don't even know where the hell is that.
East side, like
Yeah.
by Belle Isle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm down the street from the Chrysler Jeep plant.
Oh,
Literally
okay.
down the street.
That's what that building your friend had condo.
Yes.
It's right up from there.
Oh, okay, right.
All right, I want to jump back to the container home event because I was wondering, like, what did you want to highlight to the community? Like, why did you feel like it was important to, showcase that and bring people to there?
Because people want to argue with me in the comments that ain't no money in Detroit. That's number one.
Right.
Go argue with yourself. Two, if you know a skill such as container home building, you will make money. You can work around the world learning how to do a container.
Right.
Because that's how Deshaun learned. He learned while he was in the Navy.
Right.
So, and then he started teaching people and stuff like that. That was the main reason for me doing it, so people could see other ways to build. Like, you don't just have to do stick build. You could do modular home. You could do containers. You could do mobile homes. They put mobile homes in Courtown right now.
That's crazy.
They doing 7. They building 7, and then I posted a video about it. They reached out to me. They gonna give me a tour.
Okay, what about now this may be a little random, but what you know about the Amazon houses that you could buy them and they come drop them off?
Yeah.
I think it's genius. All these vacant lots in Detroit, long as they hold up to our harsh winters, I don't see the problem.
But that's the old model though. That's the old Sears model.
I was about to say, didn't Sears used to sell houses like
they
that?
used to sell houses, sell you like the kit, all the supplies and everything. Yep.
These big old backyards we got.
Because they be advertising them strong right now.
Everybody need to put one in their backyard
What you call
and
it?
rent it
Tesla
out.
doing houses.
What?
Tesla doing houses. They got. I think it was like 20 or 30,000 or
Everybody want to
something.
do houses.
Yep.
It's a shortage.
Where the money at?
It's a shortage. Especially if the government gonna pay you to do it.
Yep.
That's genius.
So, what are you seeing happening in Detroit that you're proud of right now?
The gentrification, I love it. Like, I love it. Like, because I see the bright side of it.
Right.
I see the bright side of it. Gentrification is not a bad thing. It's only
really
bad when you're on the wrong side.
It's not really gentrification. They can't even say it's gentrification because they had the opportunity for years to buy it. Even still now, they still had the opportunity and they still saying, nah.
That's been my argument. I be going to all these city meetings and then people be there complaining. I be cracking up. I'm like, I don't feel bad for none of y'all.
Right.
When the city was giving away them lots, remember when the markets first crashed? They was giving away the lots, free 99.
They was like, if the neighbor don't want it, then the neighbor next to the neighbor
anybody
can
on the block can get it for free. Their taxes
Right.
on that boy was $100 over 2 years, right?
Yep.
Then they was like, all right, we're gonna charge $50. You didn't want it.
Right.
$100 didn't want it. It got up to $250. Did not want it.
Right.
$250 ain't nothing but some knotless braids. Y'all act like y'all ain't got some money. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel no pity. I don't feel bad for no Detroiter at all.
Even the houses that was $5,000 and $10,000, not like the $5,000 and $10,000 land bank houses, but it was some good houses back then.
When the market first bad, they was good. Because you had people, like when I first started learning real estate, I told my own family, like, look, stop paying y'all mortgage and buy the house across the street.
For real.
For real.
Because you upside down.
Right.
3 of my family members listen, and to this day, they grateful for that because they own that house free and clear.
Right.
Property value up 150 200,000. I'm talking over there like 8 Mile and Blackstone.
Yeah.
It's always been nice over there.
Right.
Where that Popeye and
So
stuff at.
she's talking about where our Strathmore property is and where we see the comps going up. So when we're looking at the appraisal and it's like, well, how the hell did they get 200,000 for that?
Right. And ain't number of brick ranches over
Hey,
there.
hold on. You know what's funny? Because every time we mention like certain neighborhoods, you jump in like Shaka's interpreter.
Yeah, I know
Like, what
that.
she mean is the house over there by...
So he can have perspective.
Right.
I forgot you from Yaktown, right?
Yeah. I really don't be. I mean, I know a couple areas, like a few areas.
So you got to get on the freeway when you go through the city.
No. I know how to move around on the west side easy now because we got a lot of stuff.
You know how to get from east to west and all the way to Troy on the street?
All the way to Troy? I would take 8 Mile all the way down. I can get 8 Mile to John R. Or I ain't even got to go 8 Mile. I can go Davison and get on Woodward. I can go Davison to John R. Right?
All right, I got a
But
Detroit
it's
question. I got a Detroit choice for you.
No, I know how to drive there though.
Okay.
How many streets does Outer Drive turn into?
None. It's still out of drive, right?
No,
But
it changes to like
changed.
Vassar.
But
Vassar,
that no,
Chandler.
I'll tell you, I swear to God. So I don't
Chandler Park
know.
Drive,
Alter,
Alter.
I don't
yeah.
know out of drive, and I won't take that unless it's on GPS. So I won't get on out of drive. I'm not gonna be like, I'm not, because you don't know where you at on out of drive.
Right.
So yeah,
It's like a rite of passage. You got to get lost one time.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah, I just get on the GPS. But I know how to move around off the mile roads easy, the Southfield Freeway. I know where I'm at. I know how to.
Like, I have to
somebody tell me
constantly
where I'm-
explain the lodge to him. He'd be
Yeah.
like, okay, wait a minute, what's M10? Wait, but it says Southfield.
M10.
Wait
he
a minute,
already
but that
went
says
wrong.
downtown.
He called it M10? Oh, you
Yeah,
called
you
the real
already
name?
wrong.
But look, now the lodge, yeah, I ain't got the lodge. I don't take that down.
I'll be like, you're going south when you're passing Davidson, and
Right.
then you're gonna hit like Amherst.
You got to
and
be
Right.
speeding
Chicago
on the lodge. You're
Boulevard.
going to get mowed
You gotta
down.
be on lodge with it.
Right.
Yeah.
70 or
Yeah.
better. You're going to get mowed down in the 70.
Oh yeah, I know. It's just like, I feel like it's like
that's in the slow
Southfield
lane.
Freeway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
In the
that's
slow lane, you gotta be going
Well, the
70.
reason why she's saying that is because the speed limit is 55.
Like,
Facts.
like Southfield.
Yep.
Same thing. Except you get tickets
That's-
on Southfield. You don't get tickets on the lodge.
Unless you cross like 7 Mile. That's
See,
what most
that's
people.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
slow down. But
Yeah,
even
but
when you're
we
on
know- but
Southfield,
we
you
know
slow,
we slow down
you
there.
slow
Yeah,
down.
yep.
So you can hit Southfield up until just right past Warren.
Mhm.
Then you got to slow down.
I'll tell y'all the crazy.
Just like coming down 8 Mile going east. Everybody know you come over that overpass, you
Yeah.
got to slow
Slow
down.
down. For sure.
Yep.
I just don't know. So what'll happen is, what she talking about is, so we got a lot of houses now, right? So I don't be knowing that like Strathmore is down the street from Littlefield.
Right.
Like it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other day I was on Ford, and Ford is right by Bagley.
It's like Davidson, Dexter, Linwood.
It's right.
Yeah.
Well, no, but it's
no,
on.
but
It's
you
on
further south though. You talking? Okay.
No, Ford is right there. So I was at Ford, which is
Henry Ford High School or
no,
Ford
the street.
Ford
Okay.
Street.
So
Yep.
like it's like
for
Linwood. Yeah.
Yeah.
But on
Mhm.
the other side though, it's
On the side, the McDonald's side. is where
Right.
he's at. Yeah.
Right.
but that's right by Bagley. So I ain't know
More
that.
like Fitzgerald.
No, look, I put it in the
Not
GPS.
really,
but-
6 minutes.
Yeah,
No.
he's talking about
You-
the travel time.
But see,
Oh,
that's
like,
like a
nah.
typical out of towner. Like, oh, it's only 6 minutes away, but
Yeah.
that 6 minutes is night and day.
Nah,
Yeah.
bruh. I went
Do
to
you say
14th
six?
Street.
Do you say 6 Mile or McNichols?
Depends on where you at.
No,
It depends. I say McNichols in Detroit and 6 Mile in Redford. But
Oh,
you get what I'm saying?
man.
So it's McNichols in
Right.
Detroit, and then 6 Mile in Redford. But nah,
It's
Ford
not
Street.
6 Mile.
It's still 6 Mile.
I call it McNichols.
We just
But-
had this conversation. I'm like, no, Finkel is Finkel.
That's 5.5 or
It's
something.
5.
It's
which
not
is
5
5
till you
miles.
cross.
Right. It's not
Yeah.
5 till you cross.
And then McNichols is never McNichols. It's always
Ever.
6
Always
miles.
That's how I know
Wow.
somebody from here. They be like, yeah, I need to go with West McNichols.
Nichols, right? Like, what's McNichols? What you talking about?
Like, what?
So what's funny about that is like in real estate, talking to clients. Remember, everybody used to call the neighborhoods by our street name
Yeah.
for them, right?
Yeah.
Now everybody's giving me all these like subdivision
Mhm.
names. I'm like,
Greenwich
what the hell?
Park, Bagley, East
Right.
English.
Most
of them I
Aviation
kinda
Sub.
know.
Hey, people are
Yeah.
not up on Aviation Sub yet.
But they still,
coming,
I'm
though.
like, what you
Watch.
mean such and such? I'll be like, that's just 7 Mile Woodward. Like, they had these different subdivision names because of what they seen on Google.
Yeah, one of
Yeah.
my clients, she's from Toronto, well, from every country but here. And she's like, which subdivision is that? I'm like, girl, I don't know.
You know what be tearing me up? They be
Right.
like, what's District 5? Baby, I don't know. What's the zip
Right.
code?
Yeah.
What's
yup.
across street?
Well, that's crazy that y'all know the zip codes, because them things change crazy as hell.
Yeah.
The zip codes is, I don't even look at the zip codes.
Mhm.
We
Like, I talked to somebody today. She was like, I need something at 48228. I'm like, oh, I got 2 right now. Field. And she's like, oh, Joy Road. I'm like, no, Warren.
right.
Right, it's more than one street.
Yup.
Mm.
If somebody refer to an area as district, you know they're in politics. Usually, if somebody is in politics, and
Yeah, or they
coming in
just
like,
discovered Detroit and they like, oh, people said they invest in District 3. I'm sorry, what is
Right.
that?
I'm gonna tell
Right.
y'all something. That's the limitation, though, that I feel like some of the Detroiters put on the city, though, and that's why I don't like when you was talking about with the appraisers and you're saying they got to know the
Yeah.
the neighborhood. No, you should not know the neighborhood, because you shouldn't. The appraisers should not be saying that the
know
neighborhood
the
diktates the
neighborhood.
value. I don't.
No,
I
you
don't
gotta
agree
No,
with
you
that.
got to know the neighborhood because,
They
like,
should.
perfect
'Cause it's a
example, where Kirschville
difference.
Cadillac at, I'm right outside of Indian Village. but I'm in East Village, which is next to Island View.
And that's
and
completely
it's completely different. Even though they might use Indian Village comps because of the size, but I'm still like past that mile, so the neighborhood do matter.
But you can go over there and see it though, and you're not seeing the souls. The market is going to show you that.
Not really all the time over there.
I don't gotta go over. They shouldn't say. You shouldn't be able to go. Listen, this is what I'm saying. You should not be able to say that a house in Rosedale is that's the next block over is more expensive than the house that's in Grandmont because it's Grandmont and Rosedale. Now, if you go over there and you in the block of Rosedale where the houses are bigger than the houses in Grandmont, that makes sense. You don't got to tell me that. I'll see the square footage difference in the
they're different neighborhoods for a reason.
That's like Sherwood Forest and 7 Mile, Illinois. It's completely different, even though Sherwood Forest is right there.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Green Acres and Sherwood Forest. Come on.
But look, I don't completely disagree with what Shaka's saying from an appraisal standpoint. But like where Asia's at and investing at, it's harder to tell over there. So like in Eastville, so I went out to look at some properties. One of our agents called and said, "Come." And Shaka looked at it and he's like, "It ain't worth going over there." I'm like, "Oh, but it is." Now, the opportunity didn't really turn into nothing because it was just too dilapidated and people wanted too much money for it. But the address yielded the drive.
Where at?
Over there on the east side on the ones that I went to, and you was like, I already told her no on that, but I went anyway.
Oh yeah, hell no.
Yeah. Because it's the address. We were right at it was East Village.
Yeah, East Village probably. Yeah. Shells over there going for 100,000.
Right.
But see, I think maybe you don't see it because you ain't from here.
No.
And we know what used to be over there.
I look up the values. Yeah. So I'm going to see it based on the value. I don't care
but it's a culture, though. Buyers based on... The buyers that are buying here, they buy based on what those neighborhoods
But they're not the people that's buying here. That's the problem. Like, so when I first started telling people from Detroit that we were selling something in Bagley for $280, they was looking like, what?
Right. You ain't gonna get $300,000 for that house.
See, them the people I be arguing in the comments, and they gonna be homeless.
I'm not trying to sell to them.
Gonna be them.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not the person that's buying my house. I ain't trying to prove nothing to you because you don't know. You don't know better.
But that same buyer that's moving in, they'll pay $280 in Bagley, but they'll pay a lot more for the same house in the University District.
They will. You should. It's bigger houses. That's what I'm better
saying.
Area.
The neighborhood do matter.
But I'm saying you can see that. Like, you don't need to tell. You don't gotta tell me that neighborhood better because it's University District. I'm gonna see it I can see it with my eyes.
Right.
I don't need to know the neighborhood.
You saying you don't see like the neighborhood that's up and coming, like those are the ones you don't see. Like when she's talking about East Village.
He's saying if we take a 3,000 square foot home here and one here, but they're in two different neighborhoods, what we call or like the name of it, it shouldn't be a difference in value. What I'm saying is, even though it may appraise for that, the market value, because of the buyer perception that this neighborhood is better than this one, is going to determine.
But that's why I agree with. That's why I agree with what he's saying. But from an appraisal standpoint, so appraisers should be following their guidelines, square footage, like property within a certain distance. That's it.
You should not be saying this is
the same size house in Fitzgerald. You think a buyer's going to pay the same price for that as they would a property in Bagley?
Now we're talking about buyer value, but I'm talking about so if the condition of the property is there,
the
and
size,
all of the things,
everything's the same.
All of the things that the appraiser is supposed to use to find value, if those things fit, then yes.
Yeah, I understand from an appraisal standpoint, but I'm saying the buyer,
the buyer is going to determine. The market is going to tell you the value. The appraiser shouldn't do it though. You're saying that the appraiser need to know the neighborhood. They using that to discount the values. They saying, and they should not be able to. He's saying this ain't Rosedale, this Grandmont. So how the hell you tell me how much, or what's the difference in value between Grandmont and Rosedale?
The buyer should be able to make the decision. The buyer should be able to go south of 6 Mile and decide that they want to buy that house for $300,000, the same that they would get in value north of 6 Mile.
If somebody willing to pay for it.
But most buyers not going to do that.
I'm saying it. If somebody willing to pay for it, the appraiser should not be able to
that's not true. What you're saying isn't true because we bring up certain areas like what Asia's talking about, East Village, Island View, Indian Village, which we can't even talk about Indian Village in this conversation. So I'm sorry, disregard. But but you talk about like North End. Right. Yes, they will. If there's going to be a buyer, they probably don't look like us, probably didn't come from here. and they're gonna go over there and they're gonna say, "Wow, look at the structure on this thing. Look at the bricks. Look at the foyer or reception
and where
area."
I'm from, this is a $2 million house.
And it's where I'm from,
Yeah.
it's a $2 million house, which is real. Right. And I can buy it for $200.
And the appraiser gonna come in there and say, "Nope."
And the house
only
next door to it.
No, the appraiser's still gonna use the values they have to come up with.
No, they don't though. That's because of what you're saying.
Y'all gotta bring an appraiser on here.
We
need won't come.
Joe.
Really?
We got one. No, we got.
We had one.
We need to bring her back.
Came on, but Roberta.
She look like us?
No, Roberta knows appraisals. But she don't know the Detroit nuances, right?
That's what I'm saying.
So
do they look like us?
Joe probably would be the best to come on that knows that because he actually invests too in flip.
Yes,
right?
And we trying to get him. He keep dodging it. But Joe, we gonna get you.
He just told me for sure he was coming. No. And now he told you.
He hit me with a text. Oh, I'm gonna just be getting in town that day. Whatever.
Some people, I think some people too be a little nervous of coming on the show because
some people just don't like cameras.
Well, he said Reggie was mean to one of our guests.
I wasn't. I ain't never mean. I just be.
Yeah, he said Reggie.
He's stern, but I don't think he mean.
Nah,
I ask the questions because I'm trying to get the answers for the average consumer or buyer or the audience because a lot of times we talk, and I think that's why your audience like you so much. We talk and we have like the real estate terms, or sometimes people, it goes over their head, right? So I'm just saying it's like dumb it down, like make me understand why this is what it is.
Fifth graders should be able to understand what we talking about.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I got another question. Well, the last one actually. What do you feel like Detroiters, like me, you, Reggie, are missing out on or should be on the lookout for?
Like I keep telling everybody when they want to argue me in these comments, if y'all ain't investing on Detroit, you're going to be homeless or you're going to be downriver and you're going to be paying a lot of money. Because look at it right now, the average rent in Detroit like $1,500, which to me is makes sense, but it don't. Because I remember when that same house was $750,
right,
which wasn't that long ago.
For sure.
But
I still get calls, people looking for a 3-bedroom brick in Detroit between $800
I believe it. Them days gone.
Well, I'm going to say something though. So I can correlate it. I used to pay people in 2018. I had people that worked for me that was making $12 an hour.
Right.
Now, don't nobody make under $25 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So not just everything has went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm talking about you don't even got to have no skill set. You talking about $25 an hour.
The thing that sucks, I feel like, is sometimes when a house isn't put together nice and they have to pay that higher rate. So I have 2 houses on the same block and they're $300 different in price, but one is remodeled and the other one is habitable and clean but not remodeled.
No, I agree with that. Now, if you still got that checkerboard tile in your bathroom, you should not be asking for $1,500.
Right.
I don't think that's fair. Now, if the house
What
updated,
you sprayed it?
No.
I'm getting 15. I sprayed it. It looked good.
It reads reglazed.
Now, you section it. But see, this is another thing I think people ain't noticing. Regular tenants gonna be homeless because most landlords is only doing Section 8 right now. They either Section 8 or the VA program.
Yep.
The Section 8 gonna run out of money.
They ran out of money. They stopped for the rest of this year, they not even taking new. You're not even getting new
applicants.
Yeah, new applications.
You don't need new applicants. You need some people who already got them. That's what I'm talking about. It's always been a wait list for Section 8. That's always been a wait list. But the people who already got vouchers, holler at me.
Right.
Because I take Section 8. I love Section 8. But you got but a lot of landlords are switching to that because these regular tenants don't want to pay. And COVID really messed that up for a lot of these tenants.
Right.
And then you got some of the tenants who probably are good tenants. You're going to have to go buy you a house, buddy, because ain't nobody about to rent to you.
Right.
Look, before we wrap it up, so I just had a conversation with one of our agents, and her buyer is about to let a $60,000 house go, and I'm like, her mortgage about to be like $600.
Is it move-in ready?
It's habitable, but
well, what do you call when?
Habitable.
I'm saying
habitable means like you could clean it up and
somebody living there now, right?
I think it's a vacant.
Your living standards and they live. Look, I done seen some shit in these houses. Everybody living standards.
No,
is not the same.
It ain't it's not a shitty house per se. You can turn the utilities on, clean it up, and move in, or you can get some paint, new carpet, move in, like that kind of thing.
Okay.
And but she's saying, well, let's start looking for something for rent, and she can only afford $900.
She needs to stay where she at.
Nothing. Yeah, she better go buy that
and
house.
And if she is senior, she better get on some of these free programs. Renew Detroit, get her a new roof, new windows, new AC, new furnace, all that. They updating insulation, everything.
And you have to be a homeowner for those programs, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
She can get them taxes waived.
Yeah,
all that
if
stuff.
she low
So Asia
income.
got all the look. You
That's
can
what I'm
get
saying.
in
Like
here.
in
There's
Detroit,
no
it's
reason
really
not to.
it's no excuse. Like when people come with all these excuses, I don't want to hear it. It's too many free programs. If you want to learn a skilled trade, it's a program for that. If you can't afford to go to school, it's a program for that. If you got felonies and you need them expunged, it's a program for that. So it's so much stuff in Detroit for Detroiters that either they don't know or they just not taking advantage of.
They
don't
both,
care.
but mostly
Detroit
they don't
like
know.
Apple. They got an app for everything, right?
Yeah,
like
it's programs for everything out here that like you can't knock the city because the city doing their part is us. The way I look at it.
That is a wrap.